Here are today's episode highlights.
We're on?
We're on.
We're on, baby. Comadres Unfiltered. Green light. We have a full house. Big time.
Oh,
We do have a
yes.
full house.
It's so full. We had to change our seating arrangements today for a couch so we could squeeze in some more guests.
Welcome.
So much for having me. I'm so excited to be on my first podcast as a business owner.
Really?
Yes. this is
We're
my
the first.
first. Yeah.
Oh, that's a big deal.
Now, 2 years later, my waist is snatched. So thank you
love
very
it.
much,
I have a
Yesenia.
question for that. So you literally walk out feeling snatched
Lighter.
right there on the spot?
So how do you drain? You drain through sweat, you drain through urine, and you drain through bowel.
So when you say you're draining the lymph nodes, right? The lymphatic system, where are you draining that to? Where does it go?
Great question. And if we are swollen under our armpit, those are signs that your lymphatic system is backed up.
Maybe it's a little TMI, but right after I went to you, I had 3 bowel movements that day, like within 8 hours.
Wow. So let's talk a little bit about that. Just because we're talking about midlife, we're talking about women who are maybe going through menopause or getting to perimenopause, which is
Yes.
All of us are
All of
here.
us, hello.
Yeah. El te chupa panza is wonderful. I'm telling you right now.
I know.
El te chupa panza que me diste.
Chupa panza.
Snatching tea.
Snatching tea, guys.
Sexta comadrita.
That's right.
Six comadre in the
Welcome
room.
to the podcast, Carolina Paredes, the founder of Latinas in Wellness.
Yay! Maybe we should do it like a
get
comadritas activity, right?
Yes.
Let's get
Yes.
Let's get snatched together. Hey, girl, welcome. We've been waiting for you.
Bienvenida. We are 4 comadres and we are so excited to have you here. I am Argelia.
I am Mindy.
I am Diana.
And I'm Janet. Join us. Grab that drink.
Get comfy, settle in, and get to know us.
As we get down with some real conversations.
And raise that glass to the true power of sisterhood.
Are you ready for us?
This is Comadres Unfiltered.
Salud!
Salud.
How's everybody doing?
Amazing.
Great. Everybody's feeling good.
I love it. You guys all
good.
look fantastic. Wonderful.
Igualmente.
Bellas como siempre. Chulas las comadritas.
I like what I
Comadres
see.
Unfiltered.
I love what I see. Getting out of our yoga pants. I love it. That's the reason.
The uniform.
After a kid drop off, you know? Yes.
This is where we feel like our best.
Yes.
Nos ponemos el rímel, nos ponemos el molcajete encima.
That's right.
You gotta we clean up well. What can I,
I think
say?
if people only knew the mornings that we have, huh?
Oh my God.
You guys should see me when I get here. O sea, no quieren saber.
No.
Chongo? Chongo for sure. Oye, but I didn't get the memo.
You do you, boo.
Janet, you're wearing dark.
Yes.
Dee, you're wearing navy dark.
Yeah.
Coma, you're wearing
It's
black.
linen. It's linen. So
I'm wearing freaking green.
Green light.
Green light.
Green light.
Dice mi mamá que el verde es vida. El verde es vida.
I love that.
Y el verde es vida. Nos da mucha vitalidad, ¿no? But I guess it's also for me to say, we're on?
We're on.
We're on, baby. Comadres Unfiltered. Green light. Comadritas, get ready. Today's episode is all about wellness inside and out, right? In this special conversation, we are going to talk about practices. We're going to dive into practices that are going to help us feel lighter, stronger, and more connected to ourselves. So before we even go there, I want everyone at home or in the office, if you're taking your lunch break, grab a pen, grab a notebook. We're taking notes today. We're
yes.
taking notes,
Yes,
big
we
time
are.
notes, right? And today, I'm so excited, comadritas. We have a full house, big time.
Oh,
We do have a
yes.
full house.
I think we're breaking a record.
It's so full. We had to change our seating arrangements
The
today
couch is
for a
out.
couch so we could squeeze in some more guests.
La verdad que sí. Today we're going to have more than 5 people at the same time in this little space, ¿verdad? Pero como decía mi abuela, todo el mundo cabe en una tacita bien acomodado.
Sí.
Right? So we're going to make it work. Quick rundown. First, we're going to have an expert that's going to talk about lymphatic drainage.
Woo!
She's going to tell
One of
us
my
about
favorite topics.
what it is, how it works, why we do it, why women after postpartum or even midlife, like me, are finally doing this lymphatic drainage experience.
It's all the rage right now.
It's all the rage, but why? So we're going to talk to
That's
the
right.
expert, right? And then we're bringing back a comadrita who was one of your favorites in season 2. She was a hit.
That's right.
So she's coming back to connect the dots, right? And then, Janet, I'm so excited. we're going to talk to the co-founder
That's right.
of a beautiful movement that's called Latinas and Wellness. They're creating spaces that are amazing for women like us. They're looking for this environment of being healthier and stronger, like in the times that we're living today where we're so stressed out.
Yes.
We need an
We
escapade.
need to find that space.
Yes.
And thanks to them, we have that opportunity. So we're going to talk to one of the co-founders, or matter of fact, the two of them.
The two of them. We're so
I'm
excited.
telling you, it's a full house.
Wow.
And our event that's coming up.
Yes.
That's right.
So
excited.
That
exciting.
deserves
We
a
have
bell.
more details.
We do.
Sneak preview
That's all coming.
about, we can finally share what actually is happening on October 12th.
Yes.
So today we get to
Excited.
share. We have so much to talk about. So girls, are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Let's do this.
I'm ready.
I'm
I'm so ready to
ready.
talk about this. Sweet.
Okay,
So
so
ready.
we're ready for some healthy conversations, healthy talk, real healthy combo.
Yes.
Okay, D.
Yes, we are.
I want you to take it away because thanks to you, I met this amazing person that's kind of changed my life.
Yes.
And I finally feel snatched, which is a new word in my vocabulary thanks to this person. So tell us, who do we have? Who is our fifth comadrita walking into our room right now?
Well, today we have the founder of House of Wellness in Los Angeles. It is a holistic health studio. And I know this beautiful young woman since she was a child, you guys. I am aging myself. She specializes in lymphatic drainage. Lymphatic drainage, as you said, is something that everybody's talking about. I've shared it on my Instagram, and I have people always sending me DMs like, what is it? What is it? What is it? So I'm so glad we have today Yesenia from House of Wellness.
All right.
Yesenia,
Welcome.
bienvenida.
Thank you
Welcome.
so much for having me. I'm so excited to be on my first podcast as a business owner.
Really?
Yes.
We're the first.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a big deal. It's a huge
great.
deal for House of Wellness. And it's so close to my heart because it's Latinas.
Yes.
I am back to my roots. And the reason why I launched House of Wellness, it's because most of my viewers are going to be Latina. So you guys all know about Adon.
Adon.
Adon. So my great grandmother actually did lymphatic drainage
No way.
back in Mexico. So in our culture, it's Adon is when an ancestor passed by a gift.
Aha.
So that was what sparked lymphatic drainage in me.
Aha.
My great grandmother used to help women conceive. Lymphatic drainage, as most of you viewers who are watching or listening know, that lymphatic drainage does help with when you're having issues with
Fertility.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So when you're doing IVF, a lot of women are doing lymphatic drainage.
See.
Why? Because IVF has a lot of chemicals and it starts to make you feel lethargic and very down. So they do lymphatic drainage to release a lot of toxins
Wow.
and to move things around.
So let's talk about that, because I started going to you 2 years ago.
2 years.
Yes, 2 years ago.
But you met her since you've known her since she was a kid.
So her mom used to be my oldest daughter's nanny.
No way.
Yeah, so that was my daughter's 14. So I've known Yesenia that long. So she was like a little girl. Era una niña. Yes.
Who would have thought that she would be working on you?
I know,
on your body,
right?
physically.
Right? Who
Snatching
knew?
you up like
I know,
that.
snatching you up. So I started going to her 2 years ago when I always had a gut. No matter how much I worked out, no matter how many sit-ups I did, I always had a panza. I always had that lower belly, always sticking out.
They call it the pooch.
Yeah, the pooch.
The pooch.
Or the pouch.
So I was going on vacation and I was like, I want to feel confident. I want my belly like flatter. And so I had seen her Instagram talking about lymphatic drainage. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try this. I'm going to see. Maybe I'll shrink before now and then. So I went to her and we started talking about my gut health. And she said, this is going to help you. I promise. And she said, there's probably foods also that aren't agreeing with you. Let's clean up the diet. And I swear it made a huge difference instantly. Instantly, I saw a difference. And now 2 years later, my waist is snatched. So thank you very much,
I have a
Yesenia.
question for that.
Mhm.
So you literally walk out feeling snatched
Lighter.
right there on the spot?
Yes. And I'll
You
show
don't have
my
to- you
before
don't
and
have to
after
wait
pictures.
or anything like that. It happens.
Well,
It's magic.
So I will say lymphatic drainage does feel like magic. Why does it feel like magic? Because we come in feeling lethargic, we're bloated,
Right.
life from the chemicals that we intake, from what we're putting into our body and what we eat. But the results are there 24 hours, right? instant.
Okay.
But in 72 hours, you have more results. Why? Because lymphatic drainage and nutrition and water intake go hand in hand.
See.
So your lymph and it's going to go, your detox is going to go as deep as your water intake.
Okay.
So it's not like, okay, like this is it. Like on your third day, if you continue to drink water and stay hydrated, you're going to see a bigger result than just what we did right after.
See.
Because it's a detox. It's a treatment. It's not just, a lot of people call it a massage, right? Like I'm going to go get a massage. But what they're forgetting is that it's a treatment. Like, so everything that you intake has an effect. Your water, your food, if you're going to drink alcohol right after, if you're going to intake carbs right after, has an effect. So there is rules to this. You cannot work out heavy lifting 24 hours in advance. Why? Because that heavy lifting is going to stop the drainage. Our bodies are made out of water. So that booty pump, that arm pump, that ab pump retains water.
So when people say, oh, water retention, I have an issue with water retention. The only way to get rid of that liquid, extra liquid, is through lymphatic drainage.
Yes.
Is that how it works?
Yes, because we're pumping your lymph nodes. So our lymphatic system does not have a pump the way that our heart does. Our lymphatic system has to be manually pumped. So when you go in for a lymphatic drainage, I manually open up all your lymph nodes.
Okay.
You have to think about your body as a sink and your lymph nodes are the drains, how the water drains out. So I'm going to open up the axillary lymph nodes. We're going to sweat through the auxiliaries. Our auxiliaries are the armpits. I'm going to open up your inguinal lymph nodes, and that's where you're going to drain through your urine and through bowel movements. We also open up the digestive, which makes a huge difference. A lot of people in this day and age have trouble with constipation due to all the chemicals and toxins in our food.
See.
And everybody thinks that drinking water is very cliche, but it actually plays a huge role in our lymphatic system and how we're retaining water. A lot of people think, okay, if I drink so much water, I'm going to get bloated. But that's because your lymphatic system is backed up. In order to support your lymphatic system, you have to drink water. Maybe first 2-3 days, you're going to be bloated, but there's always a way out.
See.
And how many ounces do you recommend? I
recommend
daily?
2 to 3 liters.
Daily.
Wow.
Daily.
To keep your body in optimal shape.
Yes.
Now I have another question. When you say you're draining the lymph nodes, right? The lymphatic system, where are you draining that to? Where does it go?
Great question. So a lot of people think like, what are you opening? What's going on? And this is why it falls into the massage category.
Okay.
Because we're manually opening up the lymph nodes. So when we're opening them up, we're pumping them. The lymphatic system starts opening. So how do you drain? You drain through sweat, you drain through urine, and you drain through bowel movement.
Got it.
So the more you intake water, the deeper your detox goes. So that's why water is so important.
See.
Our bodies are made out of water. So when we're stagnant in our lymphatic system, we are retaining water.
See.
Why? Because we're not hydrating enough. So how does everything go through? Through water. It's the answer.
So I've never had a lymphatic drainage treatment, but my question revolves around the immunity because I know it's connected to your immunity, to immune system. And so how is that connected with the lymphatic system?
That's a great question. Why? Because I actually started lymphatic drainage because I was constantly getting sick. I was getting sick 4 times out of the year. If I flew or went to another city and, the weather changed, I was constantly sick. The moment I started actively getting a lymphatic drainage, either bi-weekly or monthly, I stopped getting sick. Why? Because our lymphatic system detoxes from toxins in our body. It improves immunity because, like I said, our lymphatic system does not have a pump the way that our heart flows. So the way that our heart pumps. So our lymphatic system, when it is pumped, it is constantly reproducing your healthy white cells and it's detoxing from toxins. So when you're staying hydrated and when you're obviously eating better because your lymphatic, so what happens when you activate your lymphatic system is that when that activation happens, your body no longer wants processed foods, no longer craves sugar. It actually starts rejecting those things. And what do those things cause? A low immune system.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So the way that lymphatic helps our immune system is by really detoxing. And really, it just by detoxing and just by getting that treatment, it really helps your immune system boost.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard that, a lot of the bacteria, viruses, they kind of collect in the lymph nodes. And so when you do drain those through lymphatic treatment, you're helping that process along and removing those viruses and bacteria.
Yes.
And so that's really good.
I will say that, but also if you have an autoimmune disease and you're getting lymphatic drainage, or if you have a low immune system and you get your first lymphatic drainage, it's not rainbows and butterflies. This is what people need to understand about lymphatic drainage. That's why I emphasize it being a treatment, because what happens is that when we intake a lot of processed foods, or let's say that we intake alcohol on a regular, or we are not hydrated and we're drinking a lot of caffeine, or we do have an autoimmune disease, what's going to happen after your first lymphatic drainage is you will get sick.
It's almost like
that detox.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's the way I see it. The lymphatic system is our natural body detox, but it needs help once in a while.
Yes.
So when we take the actual treatment, lymphatic drainage treatment, it's like we need someone to help us take out the trash.
Yeah.
Pretty much it. That's kind of how I see it, right?
That's exactly what it is.
we have a wonderful machine that God made, but because we pack it in with things that we shouldn't be packing it in with, like processed foods or fast foods or alcohol. Well, we obviously, our body llega a un punto donde I can't anymore do my natural system that God created.
Yeah.
And that's where people like you come in. I need to go in there and move some things around, wake up the lymph nodes to make those toxins come out, because otherwise they're not going to come out.
Right.
Yes.
Or they'll come out slower, right?
Or never, honestly. And that's when we get sick. That's when we get illnesses that we're like, why am I feeling like bloated all the time?
Yes.
Bloatedness. Like, I shouldn't feel bloated if I think I'm living a healthy lifestyle. But there are things that, you know what, maybe I am abusing of alcohol and I don't know.
Or how do we end up with an autoimmune disease, Or also, a lot of our lymphatic system, cancer patients, there's a whole series for lymphatic that goes hand in hand with cancer patients, because our lymphatic system gets backed up. So when we have an autoimmune disease, if you see people with autoimmune disease, they're swollen. Their lymph nodes are swollen. Why? Because their lymphatic system is backed up. So yes, the first sessions, completely transparent. They're not going to be fun. That's why it's not all fun and games. Like, I'm going to get in LA, people go, I'm going to get a lymphatic drainage. I'm going to go to Pilates and I'm going to get a matcha. That's what it is. And I'm going to be snatched, But there's so much about the lymphatic drainage that people don't talk about, the reality. Like, you cannot drink alcohol for 24 hours. A lot of my clients are really amazed at the information that I give them, because they're like, wait, I went to LA and I went to have a lymphatic drainage and they didn't tell me I couldn't lift weights for 24 hours. They didn't tell me I couldn't drink alcohol for 24 hours. They didn't tell me that I should support my lymphatic system with these kinds of teas. And that's what makes House of Wellness so special, because I go into a deep dive into our gut health and into more of the medical aspect of lymphatic drainage, about how a lot of people talk about the snatchery of lymphatic drainage, but in reality, like I said, if you have an autoimmune disease, or if you really are backed up and your lymphatic system is slow, you're going to get sick. I've had a lot of clients who come in and said, hey, after you, I was experiencing a fever. I was experiencing a full-on detox. I was throwing up. And I'm not saying this to scare anybody, but that's the reality of it if we're not living a healthy lifestyle. That is your body talking to you. It's a mind, body, and soul connection that we're doing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I like to really get all my patients to really connect with their mind and body and soul. So they come in and I ask them, what are your concerns? Besides just, I want to look snatched.
The outside,
What is your lifestyle? Because I want to tell you what to expect.
Yeah, because this is not cheap either. I mean, what is the point of going through a treatment when you don't change your lifestyle? You go back to eating what you're eating or drinking what you're drinking. Matter of fact, we're going to show a video right now that Yesenia has shared of, clients have given her permission to share this video about the actual lymphatic massage. This is what it looks like. And tell us, Yesenia, while we see this video, exactly what happens during a lymphatic massage. How long does it take? What can people expect? Because I have an experience with that with you, that it was a
I
whole
haven't
new
either.
world, which
Yes.
is different from a regular
Yes.
hot stone massage.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not relaxing
At all.
No. But it
tell us
feels
what
good
is
after.
true.
Because she's working on you, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what happens in House of Wellness? I would like to say that I have really separated myself or House of Wellness from the OG Brazilian lymphatic drainage through a holistic approach. Why? Because my whole passion with lymphatic drainage was really bringing the high cortisol into effect, high functioning women into effect. I think that we can all agree, girls, that we are a generation of Latinas who are thriving.
Sí.
We're doing all the things. We're adding all the check boxes, right? But what does that come with? That comes with a high cortisol that we don't know how to, one, breathe,
The high stress.
one, relax.
Yes.
And we're like, wait, we cannot lose weight. What is going on? We have to do all these new things like Ozempic, Mounjaro. We have to starve ourselves. And I am so passionate about bringing that holistic approach of like, you need to focus on your high cortisol and learn how to breathe. Let's go back to basics. Let's drink your water. Let's add a live probiotic into our food. It's a trinity. It's lymphatic, it's working out, moving the body, not necessarily working out, but moving the body, and nutrition. So lymphatic drainage treatments originally last around 45 minutes to an hour. So my lymphatic drainage lasts to an hour and 15 to 30 minutes. The reason why it lasts that long is because I have added that holistic approach and I incorporate breathwork. I incorporate crystals. I do a crystal stone in the eyes to really depuff the face. I open up the lymph nodes in the face, and then I dive deep into intention and breath work. What is your intention? It's a mind, body, and soul connection. You know, our body follows what the mind, what we bring into the mind, the body follows, right? It's a reaction. I don't know if you guys have heard that the body knows before an idea comes into the mind. So I really wanted to concentrate into that holistic approach. I know that lymphatic drainage in LA was introduced because of post-op. Oh, you got a BBL, you got a lipo, you got a mommy makeover. I really wanted to introduce lymphatic drainage to postpartum. A lot, that's in our culture. In the Latina culture, after the cuarentena, it's like wrap yourself up and get a lymphatic drainage. Why? Because what happens when we give birth? Our water breaks. Everything goes back to water retention, right? Because our bodies are made out of water. So I wanted to bring that from my culture in Mexico, like, hey, after there's so many women who are unhappy with their postpartum body and they're thinking about surgery right away when our bodies are magical and transformative. If we attend to it with grace and care and slowing down, I know that being a mom or being in postpartum is hard, but we have to remember that our body and mind and soul are connected.
So you're saying that when we wrapped ourselves around for 40 days, because I did that.
Yeah.
We were doing lymphatic drainage?
No, as soon as you hit the 40-day mark, the first thing you should do when you step out of the house alongside your baby's first pediatric appointment is lymphatic drainage.
I wish I knew that.
I didn't know that.
No wonder after me quitaba las vendas, and I'm like, I still see it. But then I said 9 months to have a baby, 9 months to get
To
back to my
recover.
body, right? But
Yes.
now I know that I could have done that. But you know, honestly, lymphatic to me is a new word. I mean, many women don't know what lymphatic means, or you mentioned lymph nodes. I'm sorry, like a lot of us don't know this vocabulary. So
I agree. What we
is
think of
it?
lymphatic is just to get snatched,
Uh-huh.
right? Like it just
Right.
reduces all of your water, right? Because it doesn't reduce fat, correct?
No.
So it reduces the water, and that's why you're less bloated. And this
when
is what
you
we
reduce
connected
water,
to.
you lose 4 pounds of water weight.
See,
So you can definitely weight yourself on the scale before you go get a lymphatic treatment, and then weight yourself right after, and you'll see the difference. For
And this is what Hollywood does, right?
Yes.
Before like a premiere, a big
Exactly.
event, because it's going to come back, right? But like in the immediate aftermath,
yes,
You see those results.
Yeah, you see the results right
Yes.
away. But like you said, I think it's an overtime taking care of your body. Now, you did mention a couple different times of people maybe that shouldn't have it. So are there people that are recommended not to have lymphatic drainage? Because I read like cancer patients, active cancer, like should not have lymphatic?
So, okay. So I actually have active cancer patients come in. So when you have active cancer patients come in, you have to go through with them if there's any lymph nodes that have been removed. In that case, the treatment is still the same, but there's a different protocol. We're going to drain that water to the active lymph nodes, because when cancer patients, are going through chemo or maybe had cancer before, they have certain lymph nodes that no longer are functioning or have been removed.
Okay,
So
Yesenia, let me stop you right there. What are lymph nodes? ¿Qué es eso?
So we have 700 lymph nodes.
700.
700 lymph nodes in our body.
Where
Yes.
are they? I just know that they're here somewhere.
There's some here and
So they're everywhere. They're all along our body. We even have some in our back. So there's our axillary lymph nodes. Those are the main ones. Inguinal lymph nodes. These are the ones on your tummy that you're going to activate if you're doing any lymphatic drainage at home. And then we have lymph nodes behind the knee. We have lymph nodes in our ankles.
So all these lymph nodes are dormant. They're just there.
They're just
No,
there.
they communicate. They communicate the body, right? And that's how.
But this is why we need treatment to wake them up.
Communicate the body. I mean, when you have cancer and it jumps to the lymph nodes, that's when you have to get treatment. That's what happened to my mom. She had lung cancer. It jumped to the lymph node. They removed some of those lymph nodes because then from lymph nodes, it can jump to other lymph nodes.
To the other 600.
They couldn't
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And that's why I
spreads.
heard that, having active cancer is not recommended to have lymphatic drainage, because then they communicate. They can jump from one lymph node to another when you're draining.
That's interesting.
So that's why I was asking. Because specifically because of my mom, like that's the way they explained it to us.
So the way that you can support your lymphatic system or do it at home is by pumping your own lymph nodes. So when my clients come in, I give them a little tutorial on how to pump your lymph nodes, especially when I have clients who have cancer or who have a backed up lymphatic system. And the ways that you guys can tell is if you check under your arm and we have lymph nodes.
Let's do it right now, girls.
Yeah.
All right.
And if we are swollen under our armpit, those are signs that your lymphatic system is backed up.
I'm not
that your
swollen.
lymph nodes.
Yes. Not swollen either.
Woo, we have healthy.
Because that's where infections, right?
before.
Infections.
So we're supposed to feel swollen. If we feel swollen,
If you feel
go
swollen,
get-
you have to daily pump your lymphatic system.
Wow.
Right? So when I feel swelling in my clients' lymph nodes, I say, hey, if it's swelling here, because I've had clients who don't only just have swelling under the axillary.
Right here, under the ears,
They'll be
right?
like, hey, I feel really swollen here. Or, hey, I have a little bolita here. And it's like, oh, that's a lymph node. It's swollen. So then I'll tell them, like, you have homework. Pump it every day.
And how do you pump? Just with your fingers?
So you can pump with your 2 fingers or you can pump with your 4 fingers. And what you're going to do is you don't necessarily need to go in a circle. It's just going to be, so like, let's say we have a swollen axillary. I'm going to tell my clients to go 1, 2, 3.
So this is gentle.
4,
1, 2, 3. Okay, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Luego, ¿verdad?
Ay, la panza se me bajó.
This is very gentle as to why a lot of people go, it's a massage. It's a massage. But the reason why I emphasize that it's not a massage is because it's a treatment. And with treatment, there's rules. So let's just say you were drinking, or let's say that you were on some sort of medication, whether it's for fun or it's because you need to take it. There's going to be side effects in those 72 hours. It's not just, oh my God, I'm out and I'm snatched. That's it.
Right.
No, either your body's going to reject it. You, like I said, you may throw up. You might have a purge all night if you are on some happy medication, because it's a detox. So that's what happens when we detox.
But Diana looks good.
Well, maybe it's a little TMI.
right?
Thank you. I actually just went this week. Coincidentally, I had this booked a long time ago because this woman gets busy. Okay, I booked her since early summer. But maybe it's a little TMI. But right after I went to you, I had 3 bowel movements that day, like within 8 hours.
Wow.
So she really works with those organs.
Let me tell you, and I want you to explain that video, what you're doing. But like, I know for me, when she's doing it and she goes into my stomach, I can literally hear and feel bubbles. Like she is pressing down and I can hear and feel the bubbles inside, and she's just breaking them down, Yes.
Okay, so
It's
she's working on
incredible.
it more deeply here versus the gentle up here when you do it yourself.
Well, she does it all.
When you're working down here, you're actually pressing a little a little harder, right? A little deeper.
So my specialty is gut health. So
Okay.
I remember when I first opened my practice to the public, I couldn't wait to get to the stomach. When I was doing the ankles, when I was draining the knees, I couldn't wait to like
Dig in.
Yeah, dig into the stomach because it was something that I was so passionate about. And even till now, when I see the befores and afters, I go, thank God I'm doing this. Because if I would have seen this on Instagram, I'd be like, they're lying. This is Photoshop, you know? And so the reason why we say we go deeper into the gut is because I'm activating the digestive. So we're moving things around, you know?
Okay.
So it's going to obviously have an effect. It's crazy because I'll have people who book an appointment. They're like, girl, I booked an appointment because I've been constipated for like 3 days and I've took Miralax, I've took all the poop teas and they don't work. And I'm like, okay, of course, the magic comes with intention. I don't play about my intention and about the way that I do it. Yeah. If I'm going to preach that this is a mind, body, and soul, I'm going to embody that, you know? So my intention is like, okay, you can't poop, girl. We're going to shit our brains today.
Now I have a question. Can you eat before you get that massage?
Yes, yes,
You
yes,
can't
yes.
have a normal meal?
I actually love getting this question here on the podcast because a lot of clients text me that prior. Like, oh my God, girl, I didn't eat. I ate a salad. I ate that. No, that is a myth. I want you girls to eat. Something I tell all my clients, and when we're diving deep into our gut health, I'm talking about nutrition, right? Because our nutrition, abs are made in the kitchen. How are you going to come in and want a flat stomach? And I'm going to tell you, hey, you're going to starve.
Yeah.
No, we're actually going to gain weight like that. Because what are we going to do when we eat one meal? Eat everything. Or maybe you're going to keep it light. But then what happens? Your cortisol raises because you're not intaking enough protein. You're not intaking enough minerals that your body goes in fight or flight.
Yeah. I remember when I went with you because I've gone to Yesenia, thanks to Diana. It was my 50th gift.
Yes.
Thanks to turning 50. At 50, I finally had my first lymphatic drainage, which I had heard a little bit about it. But then when Diana said, you know, I'm going to give you an experience. I'm like, oh, I'm going to get a massage. No, girl, it's not a massage.
Yeah.
And it's not a massage. You're right. Because in massages, I knock out. I sleep, I snore, and
That's me.
Yeah. It's relaxing, right?
Yeah.
But here it's not relaxing at all. It's like you're sweating like a pig in that hot table. Your body's working. You're going in there like it. At some point, sometimes it's even a little bit painful for me the first time around. But I will say this. I remember asking you, oh my God, Yesenia, I am starving. No he comido. Can I eat after this? Te dije, my husband just made albóndigas de pavo. Perfect. You're going to get your protein. Go get your albóndigas with pavo. And I love that because you feel like maybe like, oh, I don't want to lose that feeling because I remember taking the pictures before and after just in one session. And it is impressive what your body looks like after one session. So going back to the sessions, once you start, which I will say this, I haven't been consistent, but once we start a treatment, how often do we have to keep going to maintain that healthy lifestyle where more than physically, because you look at yourself in the mirror, you're like, damn, my body does look more defined, right? Especially in the ab area. But realistically, how often do we have to go so that we can keep feeling good?
This is my favorite question. This is my favorite question because my lymphatic drainages are very detailed. I've gone everywhere in Los Angeles to get a lymphatic drainage, and I've had many different lymphatic specialists. You know, everybody works differently. Everybody has their technique. But I've had most of them that as soon as the timer goes up, take off the gloves. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And my timer goes off and we're probably there for another half an hour. Why? Because I like to be very thorough with the body. I like to get to know my client's body. I like to create a personal connection so I can tell you, hey, you need to come by bi-weekly, 3 weeks, or every week. I can always suggest that. And it depends up to my client and their luxury with time, money, and how much they can do a lymphatic drainage. Why? Because we do sweat. And I do want to touch base on that. You said you're sweating like a pig and at some point it's painful. And then I'm going to touch with the 3 keys, which is how often you should do it. So let's start with why we're sweating at House of Wellness.
I know. Why do we sweat
Why
so
do we
much?
sweat? People who are watching this and have done lymphatic drainage are probably going, I don't sweat when I go to my lymphatic
we are
drainage.
drenched.
You are drenched. You are
Yes.
Ella nos pone, I'm going to be very graphic here. We get naked.
Yes.
Right, Diana?
Yes.
Not together because we do separate. and she gives us a special
Little
tanguita.
underwear.
Yeah.
It's literally a
Paper
thong.
thong.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be too gross here, but we are wet where
Yeah.
the tanguita is like literally escurriendo agua.
Yeah.
And that's water. Don't think
Yeah.
it's
Is
Is the
something
room
else.
heated?
Yes, it's a heated.
The bed is
it's a
heated.
heated
The bed
bed.
is
Heated, so it's creating
Yes.
more heat.
Yes, and we have an infrared sauna. So we have a lamp that's an infrared sauna that's causing the room to heat up. And I place it on top of any body parts. I mostly place it at the end of the feet because the whole table is heated. So you're going to sweat from your back. You're going to start sweating from your stomach, really from everything. So already your lymphatic system is being activated.
Without
right?
being touched.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's how you're detoxing through your lymph nodes with sweat. So that's why the results are instant, right? But
wow.
like I said, it's not just instant. For 73 hours, you do your homework with water and nutrition. And if you want to do some light cardio, no heavy lifting.
El te chupa panza is wonderful. I'm telling you right now.
I know.
El te chupa panza que me diste.
Yes.
Because that's another thing, right? What is el te chupa panza? Because I know that you say it's very important to have the tea.
Yes.
Chupa panza.
Snatching tea.
The snatching tea, guys.
Okay.
So another thing, after we sweat and we're done with the treatment, I do give a complimentary tea, and it is called chupa panza.
I love it.
Chupa panza goes, and it's great that we're here talking about this because it shows how much of my roots are integrated in House of Wellness. You know, it's integrative wellness. So we're going to go back to the infrared sauna, the teas, what else are we doing? We're doing red light therapy as well. I like to
That's awesome.
integrate all of those because they all go hand in hand. So chupa panza is a detox tea that comes with pineapple, ginger root, flax seeds, and cinnamon. Very simple, easy ingredients. It has a very sweet taste from the cinnamon and the pineapple. This tea is very different from your regular poop teas because it doesn't make you cramp. I will say everybody's body's different.
Right.
If you have been eating sugar all week and drinking alcohol, you might have a little bit of a cramp, but that is normal.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a detox.
body's
Again, we have
reacting.
to,
yeah. So you'll have a bowel movement within 45 minutes, if not the next morning. It's going to be a big, smooth move. I love it because the tea it doesn't taste like grass. It has a very nice
It's delicious.
taste. Yeah.
And your whole
Yeah, you
car
liked it?
smells like it as
Yes.
you're driving away.
It's not. It doesn't have an ugly aftertaste. It's actually very calming and very
But
soothing.
because it is very calming and soothing and sweet, a lot of my clients have done like, hey, I had 2 tea bags and I was pooping all morning. I'm like, guys, warning, only have 1 tea bag, okay? 1 tea bag
No
a
matter how
day.
good it tastes.
Yes,
right?
no
Whole
matter
bag.
how good it tastes. I usually recommend it to my clients every night, but I give it after every treatment,
Yes.
you know? But for protocol, after you guys go home, you're more than welcome to drink it every night. So it will activate the digestive system and it will get you on a protocol where you're having a quick and easy, nice digestive every single day. I mean, I started lymphatic drainage because I have been constipated my whole life.
Wow.
I till now have 2 bowel movements, 1, you know? And I thought that was not normal when I was younger. I have so many girls in their early 20s coming to me and telling me I'm constipated. I haven't pooped in a week. I haven't. Yes.
I know.
So age here is nothing but a number, right? Because our lymphatic system is one and the same.
Sí.
So yes, it does mean that that you activated your lymphatic system. You're supporting your lymphatic system with the teas, with the hot waters, because a lot of the things that are promoted in nutrition, like iced coffee, Celsius, Alani drinks, alcohol, all those things are working against our gut. And so we're taking it back to basics, whether you're 21 or 50, and saying, this is how our lymphatic system works. Let's activate it. And now, once you have the treatment, once you're intaking the teas, because it's a routine, right? It's a gut health routine.
Sí.
We have a routine for everything. We have a makeup routine. We have a skincare routine. We have a workout routine. And we forget about our second brain, which is the gut.
The gut.
Yes.
Yeah.
When
So
you,
important.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you start doing that and activating that, that goes back to our brain. That's why it's a mind, body, and soul. So it's the brain and the gut. You
Sí.
start to remove fogginess. And one of the main reasons why I tell all my clients, like, hey, that coffee first thing in the morning is causing you to high function. It's causing brain fog.
For
and
years, I had that.
A crash out at 2 p.m.
Yeah. Wow.
You know? So,
And here we are drinking a bunch of coffee in the morning.
but don't get me wrong.
Because
I
society
love
would
coffee.
teach us that, hey, coffee, early rise, caffeine, kicking in,
Yes.
working this. But no, we were doing a lot of harm to our bodies.
Yeah.
Society is talking about gut health now, but how are they bringing marketing into, how are they marketing gut health? By mushroom coffee.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
good for your gut. And it's, in reality, coffee is the root of the problem, you know?
Wow.
Like,
yes.
I'm a coffee lover. Do not get me wrong. If you see me with a nice coffee or a coffee or
Yeah.
drinking maybe 3 coffees a day because I'm a business owner, that is still the tea. But the real tea is that I'm drinking my tea in the morning.
Yeah,
in the morning.
right?
You're starting off
Yes.
how you're supposed to start.
I'm starting off my day with waking up my gut and then fueling my body. I no longer see food as in like, what is delicious? And let me get a McGriddle in the morning. I am looking at my
You don't
breakfast.
romanticize food anymore, right?
So I do. So the key is to romanticize that healthy food.
Thank
In
you.
order for,
Yes.
if you start romanticizing and mindfully thinking, oh, this is healthy, but it's going to help my body, the
Sí.
thing that you don't want
Yes.
to eat starts to become your favorite thing because now you're feeling good.
Yeah.
I love
And
that.
once you start getting these treatments also, you start thinking about the time and the money you're investing in it.
Yeah.
And then you don't want to eat that stuff.
You don't
'Cause
wanna
it's like,
ruin it.
yeah, it's like when I go to her, I'm like, I don't want to go eat all this like a chocolate chip cookie after. No, or drink all this alcohol. I mean, like even
Right.
before I go to you, sometimes like I will prep for a week before. Like I will drink 3 liters of water, make sure I drink my 3 liters of
Sí.
water before going. But I just cannot stress enough what a difference it has made in my gut.
Sí.
Not so I obviously the aesthetic, the outside, you know, has also benefited. But internally, like I am not bloated anymore. I don't have as many episodes of gassy stomach. Like
And that is so
I'm
common, right?
Yes. I mean, before
That is
going
so
to her,
common.
I was always bloated. Like I said, no matter how many sit-ups I did, I always had that pooch. Always.
Sí.
And when after I started going to her, it just started decreasing. And now I am so happy with the way my stomach looks. And again, it's just like that romanticizing healthier foods.
Healthier habits.
Going to, you know, I go to her 3 or 4 times a year now. I don't go every month or every week, but it's like now it's just like clockwork. Now I'm like, okay, every 3 months I book her and I love it.
And you love the
absolutely love it.
benefits of it.
That's what I mean.
My question is like, when should people go and get the lymphatics? So a lot of people hear about it. I've been hearing about this for many, many years. But then I thought,
When you turn 50.
I know.
Have someone give it to you.
well,
I
that's
know.
a gift.
That
That's
was,
amazing.
I think I was too late.
That's
but
amazing. But like
Finally.
some of the most common, you know, symptoms out there that women are going through, that is a red flag, and it would be a good time to go get a lymphatic.
lymphatic drainage.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're going to touch base on that. I wanted to answer Argelia's question
Yes.
where she said about how often.
Yes.
So we talked about the integrative wellness, right? About how, why are we sweating? So we have an infrared, we have the red light therapy that is healing to us, that is promoting blood flow. So that's why everything is starting to activate. And now we're going to talk about how often and why my treatments are 1 hour and 30 minutes versus other places, because I really test out how much water retention you're holding on to. And because it is a luxury treatment, it's something that is still not covered by insurance. And it's, again, self-care nowadays is a luxury. I really like to take my time with my clients because I want them to feel the effect. So I always tell my clients, I'm taking my time here, right? Take the time out of your week, your month to really make a mind and body connection. You're going to feel the difference. I take befores and afters so you guys have a visual representation, but you're going to feel it. Just the way that we feel when we need a pedicure.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
just the way that we look in the mirror and we're like, oh, my lash fell.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have 3 lashes left. Just the way that we like look at our manicure and we're like, oh, I have to get one. Or a regular massage.
Yeah.
We feel
Yeah.
tense.
Right. But it's also relaxing because she's like a therapy session too.
Yeah. Before and
the
after.
chisme is good.
It's a different experience, but you're right. You gotta like, okay, what matters to me right now
No.
the most?
Yeah.
Before, ni por aquí yo lymphatic drainage. Now it's like, yeah, now I want to go to you because I feel like it has more benefits at my age. midlife.
Let's talk a little bit about that. Just because we're talking about midlife, we're talking about women who are maybe going through menopause or getting to perimenopause, which is
Yes.
all of us are
All of
here.
us, hello.
Yes, and so as a person who's never received a lymphatic treatment, what are the benefits for somebody that is midlife?
So the main benefits for midlife is that we're obviously going through a lot of hormonal changes, right? We're going through a hormonal imbalance. Everything is changing. Our cycle is stopping. Things are slowing down. So the way that lymphatic drainage helps premenopause or somebody who's going through menopause is through that hormone imbalance. When everything is out of balance, lymphatic drainage supports that balance. It helps with hormone balance. So it goes back to cortisol. Everything connects, right? Thyroid, it connects. So when we are opening up the lymph nodes, we're opening up the clavicle lymph right here. And that is right next to our thyroid. So a lot of women have hot flashes. So that is going to help regulate that. Why? Because we're releasing toxins. When we're having hot flashes, that is your body signaling, hey, my lymphatic is backed up or there's a hormone imbalance. So let's release.
Okay.
Right? Because we no longer have a cycle. So how are we going to release? What is going to be the source out? A drainage.
Oh, so you mentioned hot flashes. I haven't gotten a hot flash, but I know women have hot flashes and there are women that don't have hot flashes.
Yes.
So that means it's related because all to lymphatic system.
Yeah. So it's related with hormones, right? So lymphatic drainage helps support your hormone levels.
Yes. Okay.
So that is how it can help. Yes.
Okay, there
it's
it
not
is.
necessarily going to take all your hot flashes, but as you are supporting your hormone
will
levels,
alleviate.
it's going to.
It's
they're
just
going
one more
Yes.
tool.
Yes.
One more
Yeah.
tool to help you feel better.
I like that.
So we can always see the glass half empty or half full. You can see it like, hey, I'm investing in my body versus,
Right.
oh my gosh, lymphatic drainage is this much and it's a luxury treatment and I'm spending this
But it
much.
shouldn't be a luxury. It's
It should not
a
be a luxury.
necessity.
It's a necessity.
You know?
And that is why I wanted to bring up that in third world countries, it's a medical treatment.
It's available.
Everybody
Yes.
talks about, oh my God, the Brasileñas, the models, they look so amazing.
Yes.
Why? They focus on their lymphatic system.
That's why it's called Brazilian
Wow.
lymphatic
Yes.
drainage.
Yes.
It's a technique, yes.
A
And here-
BLD.
A BLD.
So is this also where the mechanism with the wood? Because I've seen a lot of videos with wood,
Oh,
like
that's
wood
right. They
instruments,
use the
which you
wood.
have a few. I know
have
you
a few,
did
yeah.
a few with me,
Yeah.
but there's like hardcore wood. I've
Yeah.
seen it, like,
Yeah.
you know, como
Yeah.
lavadero.
Yeah.
So, and you're bruised.
And you're
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
you don't highly focus on that.
I don't highly focus on that, but I do add it. So now we're focusing on molding the body. So what happens?
Aesthetics.
Yes.
So it's kind of like do cardio first before you move on to the weights.
Yes.
Let's work on the
Yes,
real issue first,
exactly.
and
on the
then we
inside.
polish.
From the inside out.
Then the outside
From the
is
inside out.
Polish.
right?
But I love how
Yes.
you focus on that. I love that you focus on health, wellness, soul, mind, body, because what you're explaining to me, at least from a person that's never done it before, you know, sorry, what am I saying? I'm pausing right now.
Brain fog. See,
Brain
she's
fog.
having
You
brain
are
fog.
Oh my God.
Urgentemente.
Listen, no,
Make your appointment right now.
okay, so focusing on those key points that you mentioned, I think the one thing that stood out to me was that the emphasis of really focusing on your health and having the lymphatic treatment as a support. And also, I think, as accountability, right? Because one of the things that happens when you're trying to go back to a healthy lifestyle and, you know, you maybe get off you jump off the wagon or you get off the wagon, you fall off the wagon, and then you want to jump back on, you know, and you can do that. Like, just because you messed up doesn't mess up your whole life or the whole week or whatever it is. And I love that you mentioned supplements and you mentioned thinking about your body and your health and what you put inside your body, supported by the lymphatic intention. And I love how they all work together because it's not just one thing that you're going to do and then move about your life, because that's what you kind of think about with everything that we just mentioned. But I love that you said that it's just a part of trying to be healthier.
Yeah.
And that's what we're all trying to do, right? We're just all trying to make better decisions.
Well, we want to live longer too. You know,
Longevity.
Yes, we want to live longer, but
Yeah.
we also want to age
gracefully.
gracefully
Yeah,
and
and
healthy,
healthy.
and not look like una pasita. You know, we want
Yes.
to look like
Yeah.
llenos
wanna
de
be
vida
strong.
at
You wanna be
70 and
strong,
80,
for
you know?
sure. Yeah.
So that's great stuff. Oh my God, we could go on for
Yeah. I
know,
hours
look at
with
this.
Yesenia.
So one of the things that I wanted to touch to complete your point was that is why House of Wellness is focused on integrative wellness, because it's not just the snatchery aspect, it's health. It's red light, it's infrared, it's water, it's nutrition, it's movement, it's mind,
No
body,
es
and
vanidad
soul.
nada más. No es
No.
vanidad. No es
No.
vanidad.
See, Diana, it's not just vanity.
You
I
going to get
know.
snatched?
Like I said, getting snatched is
a
like
bonus.
is
It's
a
a
bonus.
bonus.
Yeah.
It's a
It's a
side effect,
Frozen,
a great side
you're
effect.
gonna go to get snatched and you come out with a completely different lifestyle.
Really.
Looking
That
a little
is-
hot, looking
That
real
is
good.
my logo.
It does flip the
Yeah.
chick.
Yeah.
No, it
Yeah.
really does. After going to her, which I am due for an appointment because I'm more like the 3-month girl too.
Yeah.
It does do something to you being more mindful.
Yeah.
I mean, Omar, my husband, is also on a journey of, watching what he eats. But then again, I'm no longer bringing in the brownies and the cookies because he's still very weak at, I'll grab a brownie,
Yeah,
which just happened this week with,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because Labor Day happened and we have some leftovers.
Yeah.
And every time he grabs a brownie, I'm like, you're ruining the whole journey. But then I'm like, okay, life is short.
Right.
We can cheat. There's a
Yes.
balance, right? You can
Yes.
definitely have your brownie. But the overall picture is let's take care of our bodies with how we wake up. What is the first thing we put into our bodies? What is the very first thing?
What is our foundation?
Exactly.
So that's something I do touch base with my clients, because everybody comes in and then they see a small waist and they're like, whoa. Like, they don't want to tell me what they ate. They don't want to tell me, like, if they're not drinking water. And I go, hey, I didn't look like this all the time.
It's 10 years of working.
Yes. And I'm like, I'm a walking testimony of how, like you were saying, like, it's never too late. I like to flip a switch in us and go, hey, this is going to work when you set a healthy foundation, when you do your daily habits. So you can go into the weekend and enjoy your drink.
Yeah, Labor
and
Day, I had a
enjoy your
burger
meal.
and a hot dog. But the next morning, guess what I had? My chupa panza.
Exactly.
And I started
Oh, I
again
thought you were
with-
gonna say chorro.
Thank God, no. You know what? And if I didn't have chorros, because my system is good.
Exactly. No, it's
Right?
true.
It was able to take
Yes,
one
it
hot
can
dog
process.
and one burger.
It
But had I
can
taken
process.
3 hot dogs
Yeah.
and chips and a Coke
Right.
and an ice cream,
You're
then
right.
maybe I would have had chorro. the next
Everything
day.
in moderation.
It's
Exactly.
moderation. You have to know your body. And
Yeah.
cada cuerpo es diferente. You
Yes.
know, obviously,
It
I
is
want to
so
look like
true.
Yesenia,
Yeah,
but
know your
Yesenia,
body.
also your genes help a lot. Your grandma was onto
genetics.
something back in the day.
Yeah, but you know what? Because a lot of people do tell me, like, oh my God, it's genetics. But as a Mexican young girl, now more than ever that I've done a deep dive on our cortisol and on our lymphatic system, I see why women in my lineage don't look like me. Because it goes back to the mind.
Sí.
They didn't have the luxury to say, hey, I'm going to sit down and meditate. Hey, I'm going to sit down and take a breather. I
True.
didn't know how to breathe up until I started my lymphatic journey. And I just had a mom who flies in from Arizona to see me.
Wow.
And I seen her and I'm like, you lost so much weight. She's been on her lymphatic drainage journey with me. Her daughter actually brought her in and she goes, oh, really? You noticed I've lost 9 pounds. And I said, what are you doing? She said, I started focusing on my high cortisol. I started doing breath work. And I said, wait, I lost all that weight and inflammation when I started doing breath work. So
Right.
this is why I emphasize so much in our mind, body, and soul approach, because we live in a microwave generation where people go, give me the shot. I want to be skinny tomorrow.
Sí.
Oh, give me the lymphatic drainage. I want to be snatched.
Everything is
Yeah.
now,
in
now,
my
now.
third day.
Instant, yeah.
And I have to go, hold up. I didn't have this waist when I was 21.
It was a process.
I looked like I had 2 kids when I was 21. If anything, I'm aging in reverse.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people around me are
awesome.
telling me.
Ooh,
That's
aging
what
in
we
reverse.
want.
That is
Yes.
a benefit.
We
Yes.
all want
Itself.
that.
And why? Because now I'm working 12-hour shifts where I'm in red light therapy all day.
Sí.
So people ask me, does red light work? Everything if you're consistent. So back to, the longevity of it. She was telling me like, oh, I lost 9 pounds. And I was like, well, what are you doing? And she's like, well, I started focusing on breathwork. I started focusing on my nutrition instead of eating, let's say she was eating bananas who are high in sugar, but it's still a fruit that's healthy, right?
Right.
She's like, now I'm intaking berries in the morning that are helping my digestive system and they
Even
break
better.
down,
Yes.
right? So it's little changes
Yeah.
that are very minimal that in our generation, sound insane, it sounds more normal to go take an Ozempic shot.
Yeah.
You touch a little bit on breath work. What do you mean by breath work?
Breathwork is something that has transformed my life. And that is why I try to do some diaphragmatic breathworks in our treatment. So breathwork, I think, is at its peak, just like lymphatic drainage. And they all go hand in hand. It's a trinity, right? We can move our body through breathwork. So I started doing breathwork, and it's not a normal like inhale, exhale. It's more of like a
I've done that before.
Is there
It's
like
amazing.
numbers attached to it? Like 3 breaths in, hold it first? Because I've heard of that, right? I've heard that, take 4 breaths in, count to 5, and then let it out. But I don't
So it's
a pattern.
Yeah, it's a pattern. There's different techniques, just like in Brazilian lymphatic drainage. There's Brazilian, there's regular lymphatic drainage. So the whole aspect of why breathwork is important, it's because just the way that I say, hey, our body's a sink, they do a reference where, hey, our body is a container.
Sí.
Let's empty out the container. How are we going to empty it out? With monthly breathwork.
Isn't it amazing how we don't know how to breathe? I mean, we breathe by default. That's why we're here.
Right.
But we're not mindful of our breathing. And when you start thinking about your breathing and you put your hand here, it becomes fascinating.
Yeah.
Like to actually
That's
be
a whole other
aware.
episode because I don't know anything about
breathwork
this
is
breathing.
amazing.
So you know what I do at night when I very occasionally I'll get insomnia, very occasionally because my mind is so wired.
Yeah.
I'm tired, I'm exhausted, but my mind is still working. That is one technique that works for me. It happened last night. I was so wired for today that I couldn't sleep. So I put my hand on my belly and I intentionally just focused on my belly, going up, going down, focusing on my breathing. And that calms me down and it knocks me out within 15, 20 minutes. But no distractions. You have to be intentionally aware of your breathing mechanism. And it's fascinating how we take it for granted.
Wow.
You-
Not
that's
only
it.
But
I think
Simple
that's
and
it.
free,
Like,
girl. Free.
I'm getting all these like
yeah.
yes, these what do you call them? Like aha moments, you know? Like you're talking about the breath work, talking about the lymphatic drain part, we're talking about nutrition, we're talking about hydration, working out, like all of the things that are buzzwords that we know, but they're reminders that they all work together.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And so when you do go get your lymphatic drainage, it's like activate all the other parts to this too, you know?
Yeah.
I have all these aha moments, I'm telling you. Aha moments.
Yesenia, we could be here for hours with you. I feel like we just scratched the surface. But first of all, we want to say that we're so proud of you for what you've achieved at such a young age, being the owner of your own House of Wellness, which we're going to share her information on obviously on our YouTube and our social media. But seriously, first of all, just being your own boss is obviously impressive, right?
Yes.
It's a feat
And
unto itself.
looking the way you are, I mean, your journey hasn't been easy, but it's been more than 10 years and you look amazing, incredibly, and just, I'm so jelly in a good way. And and the fact that you're doing this for other women and you're sharing your knowledge here with us with Comadritas, but that you're opening your doors because you want women to feel their best.
Yes.
And that is your
That's
biggest
awesome.
contribution.
Yes.
And this is just the beginning. So thank you for
Absolutely.
sharing all of that with us.
We
And
love having
Latina.
you.
And a Latina business owner.
Yes.
But
Thank you,
I hear
guys.
you want to share something special for our subscribers. No sé, por ahí me llegó el ruido, el pajarito.
Yeah.
Little birdie came by. So I am so honored to be here with you guys and for you guys to have me on my first podcast as a Latina business owner. It means so much to me. And because of that, I wanted to give off 20% to all the listeners because this is my way of giving back to the Latino community. I know that it's been such a rough patch these last months and I wanted to contribute. You know, I also come from a Latino family. My parents immigrated here and I wanted to help women who are having trouble with their gut health, but you know, can't afford it. And if there's any little way, I know that it's still 20%. I'm a small business owner, but if any way that I can help, I would love to have you guys in. Just send me a DM. And when you come in entry, just say, I am here from the Comadres Unfiltered.
You're a comadrita.
Ahora sí que-
Yes. Soy una comadrita.
Throw our names, okay?
Yes.
And you know what? This comes in a special time. It's perfect timing. Hispanic Heritage Month is here.
That's right.
So it means even more that you are thinking of our people. Yesenia.
Thank you.
Yesenia Gómez.
Thank you, Yesenia.
House of Wellness. Thank you.
And we'll put all your information
Yes.
down
Yes.
below.
Yes.
Muchas gracias
Thank
por
you,
estar aquí.
Yesenia. Thank you for having.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Y decimos salud.
¡Salud!
Yes.
Con agua, con agüita, con agüita. Yes. Or chupapanzas.
Oh my gosh. Comadritas, how great was Yesenia?
Amazing.
Great.
Awesome.
I cannot wait to
Great
go back
information.
and get snatched.
Yes.
I don't know about you. Maybe we should do it like a
get
comadritas
snatched.
activity, right?
Yes.
Let's get
Yes.
Let's get
Too bad
snatched
she's only
together.
one person. I don't know how long it would take to do. It's
I
like a whole
know.
day's work for her.
But you know what? Let's talk about an event with her in the near future. Okay, let's pin that idea for now.
Let's
but
do that.
moving on to our next special guest, she has been on our podcast season 2. She was a hit. She was a fave
loved
for
her.
men. Right? Didn't we love her?
Ah, yes.
Well, guess what? She is here again. She's a doctor of chiropractic, specializing in functional medicine with an emphasis on women's health and gut health. Very connected to what we just talked with Yesenia, which is lymphatic drainage. So we're going to connect the dots with the one and only, my beloved ahijada, la única, hermosa. Okay, ya. Dr. Sandy Cordon, back in the house.
Hello. Thank you
Welcome
so
back.
much for having me, ladies.
La quinta comadrita
Yes.
de hoy.
Oh, well, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to talk about this topic.
Did you hear everything that Yesenia was talking about?
Everything. I have experienced lymphatic, and it is one of the main things that I just include in all the protocols.
Uh-huh.
I say we have to start with drainage, and we have to end and continue with drainage.
What is one thing you want to tell women about our bodies, our health?
Prioritize your lymphatic system. Like I said, I start with lymphatic drainage for a lot of protocols and end and maintain because it is that important. We're not moving enough. There's even leggings that support the lymphatic system. So if anything that you can do daily, move more, hydrate with great minerals, great quality water, don't do plastic water bottles, and focus on movement daily. Honestly, that's going to take us far.
This is not plastic. This is bling bling.
It's bedazzled. Move, hydrate, move and hydration.
I love this
Love
topic.
that.
I love
Yeah.
this topic. There's so much more to talk about, but I know that we get to talk about this in an event, right? So
Yes.
this is your passion.
It is my passion.
Sharing your knowledge about lymphatic drainage and other things within functional
Wellness.
medicine
Right.
and
Yeah.
wellness.
And specifically for the Latin community. That has been my dream. There's not enough people understanding that, especially within our Latin community. And, we've grown up seeing a lot of different health conditions in our families. And if anything, you have the right tools. You have the right things that you can do for your health. You just got to prioritize it and make time for it. I know we have busy lives, but take 5-10 minutes of your day.
Yes.
Do one of those treatments, vibration, rebounder, just walk, massage yourself, dry brush, hydrate.
healthy.
Eat healthy. Yeah.
It's all about
Healthy.
nutrition.
Yes.
You're your
See
best
it as
investment.
Me time, right? It's our me
Yeah.
time. And you mentioned community and you mentioned Latinas.
Yes.
So we're going to welcome
We have a surprise.
an amazing mujer that is all about creating that space for Latinas to be more energized, more full of life, but coming from within. So why don't we prepare a little campito in our little sofa right here so that we can welcome the co-founder of
Latinas in Wellness.
Yay! She's here! Tenemos la sexta comadrita.
That's right.
That's
comadre in the
Welcome
room.
to the podcast, Carolina Paredes, the founder of Latinas in Wellness.
Yay! Actually, I want to make a correction. You're not the sixth comadrita. You're the seventh today.
Oh, 7.
You're the
That's
seventh.
Right.
We are breaking and making history right here.
Lots of wellness
Oh my
today.
goodness. It's
But
a party.
speaking of wellness, can you share a little bit of how Latinas in Wellness was born?
Yes. So, first of all, it's the modern Latina movement that really is how Latinas in Wellness started because I grew up in like the Central Coast and I'm not sure if you're familiar with like Solvang area.
Of course.
Yes.
Solvang.
Yes. So I'm very comfortable going into like different spaces. I was raised with a very like liberating parents, like use my voice. So, when I would go to different spaces, I didn't obviously find anybody like me.
Mm.
Mhm.
Right. So I was like, why am I, what's missing? You know? So it's like, okay, when you have something in your heart and it's like, you keep searching, it's like, okay, I'm going to create it. You know, that's why I never found the space for us. I feel.
love that.
So fast forward to now Latinas and Wellness, I would say like a year ago or 2 years ago, my wrist and my thumb, I wasn't able to use it. I wasn't able to work out. I wasn't able to clean my house. I wasn't able to just do anything. And so it was like for 3 weeks, I was like, it's going to go away. It never did. So I went to the doctor. And this is where I got like really mad and really offended. The doctor told me, oh, you must have carpal tunnel. Here's some medication. And I was very offended.
Why?
Because I've never even taken any like birth control pills. Like I'm not someone, I wasn't raised like that. You know, like Latina moms, like su tecito, su licuado, the fruit. My mom is the queen. She like sets up her breakfast, like all these little cups and tecitos and she, you know, and it's like,
I love that.
So when I went, I like called my sisters. I was so offended. And my sister, my older sister, she was in Mexico at a wellness event.
You're
like,
in Mexico.
What? I was like, what is this? She was the one who really introduced me to this. She was there for a whole week being just taken care of. And then fast forward, Sandy over here came into my life. And it was so beautiful because her and I, we met at a wellness event and we were on this app, right? And I was just looking up all the people that are joining this app and I saw a Latina. She was the only Latina and I clicked on her and she was like a holistic doctor. I was like, is
What?
this a what? Oh my God.
Like, isn't that sad that we don't have enough Latina doctors that focus on holistic and wellness and functional medicine? That's why you were screaming.
Yes.
This was like a miracle.
Yes. And I'm like, oh, she's in Calabasas. Like, she doesn't want to work with me. And I don't know if I want to work with her. So it never materialized. It never materialized until maybe like 2 to 3 months later, we had a mutual friend. And that's Monica. Hi, Monica.
Hi, Monica.
We love you, Monica.
Monica.
Yes.
Yes. Monica.
Monica
She's
Martin.
the
Connector.
Monica Marte.
And that's where I met this gorgeous, amazing
Yes.
lady that just got my back
Oh,
too.
love
Such a
you,
small
honey.
world,
Yes.
huh?
Oh, I
How
love
connect
it.
everyone's
That's good.
connected. And now you
Absolutely.
guys are here at Comadres Unfiltered.
Yes.
And we all know each other.
Yay!
But then is this
So
like a
cute.
club? Is this a society?
It's
is
a
this,
community.
What is Latinas
it
and
is
Wellness?
a community.
Okay.
Yes, there's many communities, wellness events, there's many beauty brands, there's many events, but there's no elevated spaces for the modern Latina. And so I've been always like trying to find her. And to me, a modern Latina is like, she can't be in a box. She's not a category. She's a vibration. She's a frequency.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
like she speaks
Yes.
her mind. She steps in the room and she owns it with like dignity and intention and classy, supports her people, supports women, you know, because I always heard like, why do you want to do this? Latinas don't support each other. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right. But I'm here to flip the switch.
How sad is that, huh?
But
yeah,
that-
we're doing
changing
that
that.
too.
We're changing that
We
narrative.
cannot
That
just scratch our
fired
back.
mindset that I no longer exist in me. You know, there's so many amazing wellness events that Latinas are throwing, but certain caliber women are going to attract, you know,
Yes.
that
See.
clientele.
Yeah.
Right.
And Latinas right now, like they are the moment. We don't need a Latina day. We're like every day we should
Yes,
be
girl.
in the power.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
No, honestly, that's also when she brought up the story. Like, not only I was going to these events, yeah, because it's my profession. I love it. I was doing it for myself, but you don't see people like us at these events. You are seeing not us, and then people leading it are not us either. Not that there was anything wrong with that, but I was just like Carolina. I always said, I want to be the first Latina doctor that is recognized within the community for holistic health.
Yes.
I am putting that out there, making that
You will.
blueprint,
You will.
and
Awesome.
empowering the
Signature,
community.
yes.
Because who better to speak about our nutrition, right? Our episode when we talked about gut health, right? Like,
Look at how well it
Yes.
went. And people wanted to come to you because they couldn't find
Yeah.
someone like you in their area.
yeah,
Right.
and you know, now we have some comadritas coming and seeing me and talking, and they're
Awesome.
like, you know, this is powerful because I didn't know just because I live, this is my zip code, I have access to these things. And so I wanted to touch back on what Carolina was saying, because when we met, it was Monica's birthday celebration post, and Mindy was there and she was tagged, and I saw the name Latinas and
Yes.
Wellness, and I was like, wait,
I know. That's
Who's that?
I know that
Who
name.
stole my concept?
Yeah.
Who like stole my dream? No,
Yeah, no.
no, just kidding.
Who's starting it without me?
I know.
right answer.
Without
So-
me.
I remember she reached out to me. We had a Zoom call, and we have been inseparable since.
I've seen those Instagram stories.
Seen that.
These girls at the spa in the convertible with their
Living the life.
matchas.
Living the
Totally living the life.
Zoom meeting in Santa Barbara.
I saw that.
Trees in
A
the
meeting.
Yeah.
A meeting.
But look at the power of unity.
love
Because
it.
when
I
you
love
saw what
that.
she was starting, you're like, you could have said, someone stole my idea. Okay, now I got to go this route and make it bigger and better and different. But you're like, no, let's
Join
work
forces.
together and
Yes.
make it more powerful because you guys are on the same page.
Yeah.
Parecen hasta hermanitas.
I know.
¿Verdad?
I thought you guys were friends for like years. I didn't
Right?
even know you guys kind of just recently met. I
Yeah.
thought you guys had been friends for like 10 or 20 years or something.
We honestly feel that way. And
That's amazing.
Yes.
What
And
a
the-
beautiful story.
Thank
Yes.
you. And I really want to go back to, not only do I want to bring this to our Latin community, just the general community,
Yes.
but to the professionals.
Yes.
Because I go to all my conferences, all my chiropractic school was 150 people. There was only maybe 20 females. And of those 20 females, there was 3 Latinas, but I was the only one that spoke Spanish.
Wow.
So now there wasn't anybody even in the health space for me to have a mentor. I always had male mentors, which I'm so grateful for. But I want to be that female mentor for these women coming up in the Latin community. And when that Iriwan event happened, I shared with her literally the day before. And I was like, yes, you go, girl, because now professionals are getting gravitated to that as well, because they're also looking for that space. So I want to not only create this for the community, I want it for professionals so that we can empower one another and bring up the next generation that's going to take care of this community and society and in this holistic health space.
I love that that's what you guys
Yes.
are creating. I mean, you're celebrating Latinas and you're giving a space to wellness, which has become a hot topic button, you know, especially in the last few years, especially with the lymphatic drainage that we just spoke about earlier. But giving a space for all of us to learn more about our health, to learn more about wellness, options out there, to stop, right? To stop and smell the roses and to collect ourselves and maybe make space to have that wellness moment for ourselves, to create those moments for ourselves. And these events are helping us do that because we don't stop, right? We're go until we click, you know, I'm going to be at that event.
But
right?
I love that because right now you mentioned we don't stop. These girls are unstoppable.
Right.
You guys have a year something of knowing each other and you have already had events. And we know that planning an event takes a lot of effort, but you girls are go-getters and
They're
that's
natural.
not easy. We're trying to plan an event here and it's taking how it's like the whole summer.
Yeah, this is-
We can't even plan a dinner, you guys.
So-
like for the 4 of us.
Truth be told, we are not experts at planning events. So what you guys are doing about partnering up and making things together and not competing, we decided that we are going to partner up with Latinas
Collaborate.
in Wellness. And collaborate. That's part of one of the biggest surprises for our big event on October 12th.
That's right.
It's with these beautiful young ladies.
Right.
Yes.
We wanted to have an event for a very long time.
Yes.
We wanted to celebrate that we've been on for a year now,
year.
right? And we wanted to meet a lot of you comadritas out there. And what better event and what better partners to do it while we're also celebrating wellness and
Yes.
Latinas
And beauty.
and comadritas,
Our
right?
community, our Latina community.
Exactly.
That's
And creating
So-
community. So
Yes.
this is so important. It's not only about wellness and beauty. It's about, most importantly, right? We talked about this so much. It's about creating community.
Así
Yes.
es, así es.
Yes.
And just learning together, feeling more energized, literally educating ourselves. This episode has been a very educational episode with lymphatic drainage. I mean, I only went to get snatched, but now I know like the real
The health benefits behind it.
Exactamente.
Yes.
Entonces, girls, we're so excited that we're going to celebrate our 1-year anniversary together. But this is also a celebration for Latinas and wellness. 2 worlds coming together, your followers, our followers. What exactly can we share today with our subscribers of what to expect on October 12th? Because you girls are the ones working it como hormiguitas.
Yes.
No, we are so excited for this collaboration. So thank you so much for having us here, sharing our communities together, and gonna put on this great way to celebrate the 1 year Comadres Unfiltered podcast anniversary.
So excited.
Now, we are all about health and wellness, right? So this is going to be a beauty and wellness theme. So we want comadritas to come prepared to be exposed to Latina-owned brands.
Yes.
Latina-owned services.
Yes.
Whole foods, nutritions, organic. I mean, we're going to have luxury experience with quality food, beverages, activations. It's like a spa day with the comadritas. So we want to look forward to.
Exciting.
We deserve it, girls.
I want to
We
sign up.
deserve that.
Oh, yeah, we're going.
We want to.
Where do I sign up?
Which I hear we're working on an early bird special for the first
Yes.
comadritas that will want to join us on October 12th. We're going to have all that information on our socials. For
That's right.
Comadres
Go to
Unfiltered.
Instagram.
And follow Latinas and Wellness because
Yes.
I really want you, comadritas, watching or listening to see what they've done in such a short amount of time. I see your events, and I'm sorry I missed the Malibu one. I was so jealous of you, Coma. You were out there.
Yes.
But your events are high quality.
Gorgeous.
And we just need to get out of our homes and our work
That's
and
right.
connect with nature and with you girls and with us.
With
we want
each
to meet
other.
you, ladies.
Yes.
Do want to
This
meet
is
you
the
all.
perfect scenario.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Perfect
so
scenario.
perfect.
We can't reveal the space yet because that's a surprise. But
It's in the LA area.
definitely
Yes, it's
in
in
a
LA.
zip code where we two belong.
That's
Yes.
Yes, yes.
right there.
I love the zip code that you chose because
That's right.
don't ever say you don't belong there because
Right.
we do belong.
We belong everywhere.
where our heart wants to be.
100%.
And for our comadritas that are not in LA, come that weekend.
Yes.
Make a trip out of it. Come
October
join us.
12th. October 12th.
12th.
It'll be
Yes.
absolutely worth it.
Oh my gosh.
We'll have
And
the
we're
best
gonna have
time.
so much fun.
That's right.
We're also gonna have some music. We're gonna have a special performance
By DJ Mindy?
DJ. Well, I might
on
do a
the
little
ones
teaser.
and twos?
I suck right now, but I'm practicing, girls. I'm practicing.
She'll
Your
at least be
debut.
dancing.
It'll
or-
be
yes.
Mindy's
That-
debut.
my debut.
on the ones and
but
twos.
honestly, we just can't wait to like spend time with all of you and meet you and get to know you a little better and also share this beautiful lifestyle that we
Yes.
want.
Yes,
Which is,
yes.
health, beauty, taking care of ourselves. And for all those comadritas out there that also, you don't get out too much, or you feel a little lonely
Sí.
because you don't have those friends. Well, guess what? This is your opportunity to meet other people.
Yes,
to
and make
new
connections.
friends.
I mean, look what happened here with these two,
Exactly.
right? And look
It's
what
so
happened with
true.
all of us
Again,
20
it's
years
building
ago.
communities,
And we're
just
building
like Mindy
communities.
said.
And friendships. So
And
you're
that
gonna
is
walk out
what
with friends.
happens. That is what happens at these events. Everybody is open. Everybody's happy and joyous and celebration mode, So it is a moment. Even if you come by yourself, I promise you, you won't be by yourself.
I am
that's
all
the
about
point.
doing things by yourself.
Yeah, you
Go,
do that
just
all the
go.
time.
You don't need.
Yes.
You're not gonna walk out
If your other
lonely.
comadrita can't go, whatever. Trust me, there's gonna be lots of
O como
comadritas.
dice mi mamá, vénganse al argüende. Hay fiesta y party. You have me there. It is a celebration. I mean, so 1 year anniversary, like you said, we just want to meet you. And don't feel like we're not inalcanzable.
Inalcanzable.
So we are alcanzable, right? We're in this area. We're partnering up with Latinas in Wellness, and I cannot wait to see what activities we're going to be able to.
We're going to start rolling them
fulfill that
out
day.
Yes.
as the days come. We
Yeah.
have about a month to go.
Keep an eye on those Instagrams.
That's
Follow
right.
us on Comadres Unfiltered, please,
Please do,
and
yes.
Latinas in Wellness too.
Yes.
When is your 1 year anniversary, or did it happen already?
No,
No,
ours
right?
is gonna be
June next year.
Yeah, June next
So
year.
you're right behind us, literally.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
See what they've been able to do in
June.
less than a year?
I know.
Come on,
No,
girls.
we hustle.
awesome.
I
Yes.
know. We're
Hustle.
like, I got you. You got me. Like, it's like,
I love that.
it just.
You're
Oh,
so
well, you-
passionate about
so-
this
yes.
whole movement that I just love that.
We
Yes.
really are. And honestly, this is the space that we need too. We've talked about it. A lot of women in the Latin community just feel ashamed to even take self-care time. We're told deben de estar en casa con sus esposos
Yeah,
o
it's
con
true.
sus hijos. And it's like, wait a minute. If I don't take care of myself, who's going to take care of them?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
come
Exactly.
take care of yourself.
Yeah, so on October 12th,
Yeah.
get your marido, your baby daddy to watch the kids and just come on out. No guilt. Just
Join us.
Yes, because the modern
See.
Latina, she triggers. She triggers in the sense of she puts herself first. She takes self-care seriously. And the husband's there to support. And he's very proud of that. That's where we're flipping the script.
Yeah, I love
Absolutely.
it.
I
And
love
I
that.
said it in the last episode because buena compañía es buena energía.
Hey! That is a beautiful ending.
That
Keep
is.
growing, keep flowing, keep glowing, and keep taking care of yourself.
Yes.
And keep an eye on our Instagram
Yes.
for those early bird specials, right? And just for more details to come. You'll be seeing more content with these beautiful girls. We have actually done some fun content, and I can't wait to share those pictures and videos and more surprises to come. Goodies in the making. I mean, seriously, mejor no digo nada.
And buy those tickets before they sell out because this event's
limited.
limited
capacity.
Sold out each time. So with
Within a
Comadres,
week, 1 week.
Yeah.
it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a world of comadritas, indeed. Yes. Y arriba Latinas en Wellness. Y arriba las comadres. Yay. Salud. Cheers.
Salud. See you at the event.
October 12th. Save the date.
Salud.
Save the date.
Thanks for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. We'd love to see your reviews and hear your thoughts. You can also follow Comadres Unfiltered on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook for more updates. New episodes every Tuesday. Until next time, comadritas.